I was signed up to speak and confirm. So.
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Everything's crossed off.
It's crossed off. Okay, sorry. Hi. Good evening, and thank you for your time and allowing the community to speak tonight. My name is Juli Watkins, and I'm a Castle Rock resident with a cold, sorry. And tonight I'm speaking on behalf of the Parasol Patrol. Parasol Patrol, as you just heard, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that shields children and young people from protesters at LGBTQIA+ and BIPOC events. We've stood against hate groups like the Proud Boys, Patriot Front, Blood Tribe, and Westboro Baptist Church, to name a few. We use umbrellas to create a visual barrier while we walk children and their families past the signs and vitriolic jeers often shouted at them through bullhorns by adults. Parasol Patrol has volunteered at Douglas County Pridefest since it started in 2019, and we are honored to do so. Leading up to this year's event, we collaborated with law enforcement, event staff, and other volunteers through several planning meetings focused on security. Unfortunately, mistakes were made on event day by some individuals, leading to a sense of insecurity among children and families. However, the primary responsibility for these incidents lies with the protesters themselves. The night before Pridefest, surveillance video captured an individual, reportedly a middle-aged woman known to a county commissioner, spray painting homophobic slurs across the grounds. On event day, Douglas County Pridefest, a fun and family-friendly celebration, was marred by multiple individuals and groups who invaded what should have been a safe space for the LGBTQI+ community. Outside the event gates, armed members of hate groups wore masks, wielded signs, and bullhorns, which violated town sound ordinances and harassed those entering and exiting the fairgrounds. Inside, just before the family-friendly drag show was set to start, close to 100 protesters occupied the stage area, violating fire codes by obstructing aisles and impeding the movement of families. This organized protest in the name of protecting the children clearly did not apply to the children who were actually there, many of whom were terrified and traumatized. When children witness law enforcement, elected officials, and other trusted adults allowing this intimidating and threatening behavior to persist, they may become reluctant to confide in those same adults. While some called Dougco Pridefest a win because there was no physical violence and everyone made it home safely, it's important that we recognize that the absence of physical assault sets an unacceptably low standard for success. Hate crimes were committed, and they should be thoroughly investigated and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Both the town and the county should conduct an in-depth analysis of the mistakes made to prevent their recurrence in the future. Individuals in positions of power who allowed protesters to temporarily seize control of event areas should also be held accountable. The message conveyed is that Castle Rock and Douglas County are not places that embrace diversity and acceptance, and instead are havens for intolerance and bigotry. We all still have much to learn. Let's establish independent accountability measures to explore avenues for improvement and collaborate to ensure that next year's event is a genuine celebration without any distractions. We can and should strive for better. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.